Hello, leaders. Hey, this is Paul Grau, and welcome to Run to Your Leadership Challenges. This is the daily show that equips team leaders to lead through the challenges they face every day. So this week, or today and this week, I'm continuing my talk about focused thinking or how successful people think. All right. I'm more involved with how leaders think. And successful leaders, this is how you want to think. And this comes out of one of my favorite John Maxwell books, How Successful People Think. It's actually the second time he released this. Originally, it was released as Thinking for a Change. And I love that book. And I loved revisiting in this book as well. So today, we're going to talk about focused thinking. And I want to start by a quote that John includes in the beginning of this chapter. And it's from Bertrand Russell. And it says, "To be able to concentrate for a considerable time is essential to difficult achievement." Now, if you think about it, this show is all about leadership challenges and running to your leadership challenges, right? To get them over with. So that quote fits right in. To be able to concentrate for a considerable time is essential to difficult achievement. Challenges are difficult. So we want to make sure that we can stay focused when we're trying to resolve these challenges and conflict and problems, all right? So John also talks about focused thinking and how if you can have focused thinking, it basically allows you to remove the distractions and the mental clutter that we have going on. And I'll be the first to admit, I have a lot of mental clutter and distractions going on. It's very difficult for me to stay focused at times. And I've really struggled with this, but I've done a lot of research on it and I'm getting better and better throughout the years. All right. As time goes on, I seem to improve all the time, but it takes work. So if you're like this and you have a difficult time staying focused, just know you're not alone and it takes work. So today I'm going to tell you a couple of tips that John mentions on how we can stay focused. All right. And my problem with staying focused is I am a high ID on the DISC assessment. And when my eye takes over, man, it's like that shiny object or I'm chasing squirrels, okay? So John has a couple tips on how we can stay focused. And the first thing he says is to remove the distractions. Now, I struggle with this as well because my office, it's an octagon-shaped office, and it's got windows all around it, so I can see all kinds of stuff outside that's going on. But I don't like to put the shades down because I love looking outside. I love the bright sunshine and the natural light coming in. So I enjoy it. One of the distractions, or my biggest distraction, is probably my phone, though. So what I do is when I'm recording or when I'm focused or when I'm trying to get really focused on one thing, I put my phone on the other desk in the office. I put it on silent and I take the vibrate off and everything, all right? I don't shut it all the way down because when I'm between recordings or on breaks, I'll quick peek at it and see if there's any urgent text messages or emails that I got to reply. But again, email, that's a distraction. So we need to eliminate these distractions, right? Remove them, especially when we're really trying to get focused. Another thing that John mentions is to make time for focused thinking. I try to chunk out my schedule into hourly blocks or 2 or 3 hour blocks, and I try to do nothing but that one task in that time frame. Now, I realize a lot of you may not be able to do that, but whatever works for you, just try to do whatever you can do, but try to make time to get focused. Another thing that John says is keep items of focus before you. Okay, so keep them in front of you. If whatever you're working on, man, shut everything else down. I do a lot of work on the computer and I got 3 screens going here, right? So the only thing on my screens when I'm on a call or a coaching call or the current membership group call or a mastermind call, I shut everything else down. Now, of course, if we're talking about something online, I can quick pull up the internet and research something, but I try not to have anything else going on in these other screens. Because again, you want to make sure the thing that you want to stay focused on is right in front of you. Another thing that John mentions is to set goals. And man, goals will help. And he says set goals. And then the last one is to question your progress. And I think the setting goals and questioning your progress go hand in hand. Because if you set goals, write them down and keep them in front of you. All right. So that's another thing. You can write out your goals and keep them right in front of you. And that's what you want to focus on. And when you question your process or your progress, you can always make a list of things. I like to break up my goals into a checklist because I like checking that stuff off. And when I know I'm tracking that, the old saying is something like, what gets tracked gets done, right? What gets measured gets done. So for me, if I know I got a chance to check off things on that checklist, man, I'm going to stay focused on it and I'm going to get it done and I'm going to check it off. So that's today's challenge, is to think about this. Think about being a focused thinker. And if you can stay focused, how much more beneficial will that be? How much more productivity can you get done? How much more productivity can your team get done if you can focus on one thing at a time and get it done? That ultra focus is going to allow you to run to your challenges. That's it for today. Hope you have a great rest of your day. And until tomorrow, run to your challenges.